And that's why when I got the call to work with your dad and he was flying me in and then people were just giving me the high five. You're the man, you work with Dick Marx.
Yeah.
He's the man.
He really, he was one of the 2 or 3 guys who pioneered and dominated that industry for decades.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think about the music that my dad composed and produced, but also the fact that those guys, with the exception of maybe Barry Manilow and maybe one other, the guys who wrote the catchiest jingles never wrote songs.
Right.
They never they never graduated to songwriting.
Yeah.
And whereas like Barry Manilow, you know, what a legendary career as a songwriter, but it started with I am stuck on a Band-Aid and a Band-Aid stuck on. He wrote that. Like
exactly. Well, same with you. And I think, I could be wrong about this, but I think your work ethic comes directly from
1,000%.
There's your dad on the daily writing, you know, coming up with something out of nothing.
Yeah.
And to the point where every time you go in there, oh, by the way, can I have a couple minutes? I got something to speak about.
Well, I mean, what he taught me about songwriting, first and foremost, when I started writing when I was 15, I think. Try to get a date with Lynn Harwich. That was the only reason I wrote a song. It was like, she didn't know who I was alive. So I was like, I'm gonna write this. I wrote this ballad, like, because I had the maddest crush on her. I'm still friends with her to this day.
Come on.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I've known this girl since I was 5 years old. We were 5 years old. She was my first crush. I had my first crush at 5. Wow. There was no girls or icky stage for me. But I also was friend-zoned a lot as a kid. So...
Well, that makes sense that all these
those
love songs
they're all unrequited, longing.
These crush songs,
But real quick, I started writing in high school, and then when I moved out to LA, I was 18, and I hit my first, a few months into me living here, I had my first writer's block, where I just couldn't come up with anything. So I called my dad thinking, oh, he's gonna give me the best pep talk, he's gonna be so understanding and loving, and I told him, and he was like, bullshit. And I went, what? He goes, okay, remind me, what is it that you went out to LA to do? What was it you said you wanted to be? And I went, a songwriter. He goes, then fucking write songs.
That's fantastic.
He goes, there's no such thing as writer's block. That's just in your head. He goes, do you think I have time for writer's block? Do you think the people who do what I do can take the luxury of, oh, I've got writer's block? That's bullshit, Richard.
Come on.
I swear. And at first I was like, you know, and then I started to really listen to him and he went, here's the thing. You've already written enough songs. This was really powerful. You've already written enough songs that you're not going to write garbage. You're not going to write something awful, but you have to write. And if, it may not be great, it may not be the best thing you've written, but you got to keep writing and write and write. And then I promise you, there'll be 4 bars of something or a line of lyric that you come up with and you'll go, well, that's not bad. And then you'll build on that. And writer's block is no more. And I've never had it since that afternoon.
Really?
Never. There's times when I don't want to write.
Yeah, 4 bars.
All it takes is that. All it takes is one little moment or a chord progression where you go, oh, that's cool. And then it's just a puzzle. Then it's just, oh, let me make the pieces that make this puzzle come together. But there's no excuse to not write.
Guys, I'm learning something right now.
No, but I think, I feel like you knew that. You knew that mechanism.
No, absolutely.
It's just a relief mentally when you got to write an album or I have an opportunity to write a song for another artist or something. Right. The last thing I panic about is writer's block. I'm not coming up with anything. The only pressure is, am I going to come up with the thing? I want to come up with the thing.
Right.
And that's trial and error.
Exactly.
Right.
And there's a lot of bars that suck,
Right.
But if you have 4 good bars.
That's all you need to start.
That's amazing.